Hello, welcome back to the NFL season. Welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash, and I am joined by the one and only Steve Miller, aka Miller Time. Steve, it is so good to be back with you doing the NFL podcast again.
I know, man. It's been forever.
It has.
It
really
has.
feels like
It has. And I'm excited about this week, and I'm excited about this game. This game is a pretty awesome one to start the season. For sure,
man. Well, let me just start out by saying we welcome you guys to the video. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk, you can join us. Send us a DM on Twitter or X or whatever the heck you want to call it. I still call it Twitter. DFS Coach Talk, send us a DM. Let us know that you would like to join. We have memberships that start as low as $4.99 a week. And then we have an announcement coming on Saturday. We're going to be announcing our NFL promo and what that special is going to be. So you definitely want to tune in for that and just a really good breakdown of week one in general. So we hope you will join us soon. And with that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off. Starting with your top plays on this slate for the Detroit Lions.
So my top plays are Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I like Montgomery in this one. We haven't seen any games before this one, so Gibbs could potentially be up there, but I actually like Montgomery in this one.
Yeah, I like Montgomery too, and in fact, Dan Campbell even said that he's going to take his time to implement Jahmyr Gibbs. They're going to be real careful with him. They don't want to overburden him too soon in the season. So, yeah, I think David Montgomery's a good play. I've seen more people talking about him than I would have liked, especially for a GPP standpoint. But I do. I think he's going to be a really good play for Detroit tonight. So besides St. Brown and Montgomery, anyone else that you look at maybe like a deep sleeper for Detroit?
Maybe Sam Laporta. Laporta. Potentially him. He's been doing good in the preseason. He's another option for Jared Goff. All I really see right now is Amon-Ra St. Brown and the running backs. So to have that other option, I think it could be Sam Laporta, and that's really all I have with the Lions. What I don't understand with the Lions is, you had two pretty strong backs last year. Like, why would you get a number 12 pick in the NFL draft? I think that's what it was with Gibbs, and then trade off all these guys that scored so many touchdowns and they were your most efficient guys to not try to benefit your squad in another way. So
I was thinking the same thing when they drafted Gibbs and they picked up Montgomery, which I kind of understand because they had to replace Jamal Williams, but they could have just re-signed Williams and kept Swift, really. But
and then benefited their team in another area. So.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the way that they kind of felt like they were just about to break through, the way the season ended. So to see them make a big change like that is kind of surprising to me too. So we'll see how it affects their chemistry. I mean, it could.
We'll see how it plays out. It could be great, but I mean, how much better could it be from last year? I mean, Jamal Williams scored leaguing.
I mean, they were like, weren't they like number one in offense for a good part of the season?
So I don't understand why. Just throwing that out there, I don't understand why they would even mess with that whole situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do like Jared Goff, which he's probably going to regress some this year. He had a really good season last year, which was really beyond anything we had ever seen from him. So I think he probably will regress some, but I think that going up against the Chiefs without Chris Jones is a big deal. Chris Jones is he's like the key play piece to their whole team on their defense. So I really think they're going to miss him, which is going to affect the pass rush and the running game, obviously stopping the run. So I think that is a big deal, not having Chris Jones tonight. I think this is going to be a little bit of a shootout, so it can go back and forth. So I think both quarterbacks are in play. I also like their kicker. These showdown slates usually have like one kicker at least that seems to have a really nice game. So I think their kicker, if the Chiefs can keep them out of the end zone, I think that their kicker could be in play, Riley Patterson.
Yep.
And then I guess we can flip it over to the Chiefs now. Obviously, everybody and their grandma is going to be playing Mahomes, but it's going to be, the key pieces outside of, just Mahomes, obviously, but, like the McKinnons and the Pachecos and those kind of plays that are going to really make the difference. Because I think everybody's going to play Noah Gray now with Kelsey out. I think he's going to be very highly owned, and he's super cheap. He's only, 2,400 in the flex on DraftKings. So I think Gray will be highly owned. You think? I'm trying to think. Is it's Blake Bell and Fortson, right? Or the other tight ends?
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if one of those guys could be in play.
Yeah, I mean Blake Bell. I mean, I like him as well, but I would probably go if I'm going to pick my tight end. I'm picking on Detroit's side of the ball.
Okay.
I just think a big, strong guy and for getting touches. I like Jerick McKinnon a lot. I think Jerick McKinnon you could potentially play in your captain spot. So, I think he's going to be involved a lot. Obviously, Pacheco's going to get some rushes, but for some reason, I think that Detroit might come out and potentially Chiefs are chasing points. And I think McKinnon's going to be on the field more than Pacheco.
Yeah, I do too. Now that Kelsey's out, I think McKinnon's a really nice play.
And then as far as receivers go, I mean, it's like a coin flip.
Oh yeah.
But if you're in your regular fantasy league, I would try to go pick up every receiver on that team. Just it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt if you end up hitting that star.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a risky move, but it could pay off big dividends, especially if Kelsey's out for longer than just this game.
For sure.
Which I don't know that he's going to be, but if he is, that could be huge. So, I kind of like a little bit of a deep sleeper GPP play. I like Justin Watson. He's 300 in the captain spot, 200 in the flex, so pretty much interchangeable there. But you can play him in any lineup. I mean, $200, that's going to fit in any salary situation whatsoever. So, he's that guy that if he gets a touchdown, it could make the difference between you finishing somewhere in the middle to being on top, So that's the kind of play that I look for in these showdown slates. So Watson would be one. I do like Harrison Butker too on the other side. Without Kelsey, they could struggle a little bit in the red zone. So I think that's a possibility too. I don't like either of the defenses in this game. I'm sure you probably feel the same way. Without Chris Jones for the Chiefs, and then the Lions going up against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. I mean, it's just a tough matchup. So I think it'll be a bit of a shootout. Do you have any predictions?
I think the Chiefs are going to win on their final drive, and they're going to beat them by 4.
4. Do you have a score, or just you want to use that?
I just feel like they're going to be down by 3, but they're going to get the touchdown, and they're going to beat them by 4.
Okay. So it's crazy because we never talk, about stuff like this before podcasts or anything like that. I have the Chiefs 34-30. So what are the odds of that?
What's the odds of that happening? Yeah.
Of us both picking them to win by 4. Yeah.
It's
pretty crazy.
My scenario with it. But it's going to be a great game. I'm just so happy that it starts off this way, like 2 high-powered offenses. And, it's actually, not having Chris Jones there is a good thing. It's just going to make Detroit more exciting as well.
Yeah, it's going to make for a better game, I think. Yeah. And
It's
Kelsey, too. I mean, the fact that they don't have either one of those guys, they're, key pieces on both sides of the ball. So definitely evens and levels the playing field for sure. So, I really think this can be an awesome game. I can't wait to watch it. And then did you get a chance to look at Prizepicks at all?
I did not, but I can post my thing to Discord here after.
Okay. Just real quick, I like for Prizepicks, I'll give Prizepicks and Parlayplay. Prizepicks, I like Jerick McKinnon more than 28.5 receiving yards, Patrick Mahomes more than 17.5 rushing yards, and David Montgomery more than 10.5 receiving yards. On Parlayplay, what's that?
Solid picks.
Oh, thanks. On Parlayplay, you've got a free play. You've got Patrick Mahomes more than 0.5 passing yards. So that's going to happen on the first play or the second play or something like that. Then they have McKinnon at 27.5. So I like that even more than the 28.5 receiving yards. And then David Montgomery more than 11.5 fantasy points. And their fantasy point system is basically like DraftKings. You get a point per reception. You know, it's pretty much exactly like that. So those are my plays as far as prop bets go. Let's check the chat, see what everybody has any questions or not. I don't see any questions. So I know we've only been on here for about 10 or 11 minutes or something, but if you're good, I think I'm good with, wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do want to put it out there, though, on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we will have our week 1 podcast, and we may have a surprise for everybody. So you definitely want to stick in our Discord and see what's going on there. But we're working on something. Hopefully it comes together. Could have a surprise for this podcast for week 1. We also have our NFL promo that we'll be announcing. We're going to have a really good deal for everybody this year for NFL, basically for the next 6 months. So it's going to cover the rest of MLB, obviously all of NFL, and then the first 6 months of NBA, or 5 months, I guess it would be, since they start in October. But anyway, hope everybody joins us again on Saturday as we look to crush it in NFL DFS. Thank you.